Everybody, welcome to Falcon Plays Rimworld. Not just any Rimworld, Rimworld Alpha 4 finally. I was about to call it Alpha 3 because I've been in that Alpha Colony for so long. No more. We're Alpha 4, new colony, new everything exactly, yada yada yada, whatever you want to go with here. What does that mean for us? Well, number one, we're starting a new colony for one, obviously, because Alpha 3 colonies are not compatible with Alpha 4, but that's alright, because obviously, in Alpha 3 colony, it was going really good. I mean, sure, there was troubles here and there, but that was part of the fun. However, you know, we really had like a really self-sustained base, so it's starting to get a little bit monotonous, basically the same thing over and over, just waiting for the next raid, clearing them out, cleaning their bodies, rebuilding, etc., ad infinitum, whatever. Today is Alpha 4. And a few of you, let me really quickly, since I'm over here jabbering about, actually get the game going on here. And before I continue on, because there's a lot of stuff that I need to talk about before we actually get into the game completely, just because I like to drop information for you guys as to what the fuck we're doing. Let's get this going on here. So first of all, oh Jesus Christ, is he blonde again? You know, this happens by happenstance. This isn't even like me trying to do this. Alrighty, well apparently it was blonde in Alpha 3, so it's going to be blonde in Alpha 4, so... when we start up every time, 3 new colonists, etc., etc. How are we doing the colonists this time? Well, we're rolling over the list from Alpha 3. So, what that means is that whoever lived in Alpha 3, whoever died in Alpha 3, had to re-sign up towards the end of Alpha 3 itself. The list kept going, and then it rolled over to Alpha 4. So, what that means for you guys is that if you didn't get to Alpha 3, don't worry, because you're still getting high priority for Alpha 4 because we just rolled over the list. And then whoever survived Alpha 3 has to sign up again and it'll be put to the bottom of the list. So it basically gives everybody a chance to get into Rimworld at one point or another. So I wanted to explain that right off the bat. If you never made it to Alpha 3, don't worry. You'll be getting into Alpha 4 more than likely because your name is a little bit higher up on the list now. I'll have the list obviously in the description below if you want to check it out. If you haven't signed up for that yet, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Let me know through, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know Falcon, I want to be part of Alpha 4. We'll add you to the list, no big deal. We're starting off this series, however, with Batman, obviously, because he's the mainstay in the series. We can't have a colony without Batman, because I'm such a Batman man-child. Secondly, we have Jackie Boy. He wanted to be a Marine, so, Jackie Boy, I'm not sure if I could find Marines anymore. The only thing I could find was Sergeant, and I think that kind of fits Jackie Boy pretty good. He could be a Sergeant, so Jackie Boy, welcome as being a Sergeant. And finally, we have, I think, Kanako Shinobi. I probably butchered the first name because, you know, I'm a Neanderthal, I can't really pronounce names correctly. But Shinobi, my friend, you're going to be an elf, and that's good because it means you're a good worker for us. And before we start anything off here, let me actually equip these guys with some weapons here. Obviously, Jackie Boy is the Sergeant. Hook yourself up with his Lee Enfield. Batman, grab a gun, even though you don't use guns because, you know, obviously, a gun was the end of your family's life, and, you know, you've been kind of scarred ever since. Alrighty, so what do we want to do right now? We'll obviously want to collect everything that's here in our immediate attention. Well, that's not going to happen. Let's try this again. Collect all this, guys, really quickly. And I'm going to go over a few information here, guys, but let me just get the game going on. Have this going in cruise control before I inform you as to what we're planning to do this colony around. Alrighty, we have a pretty good landing spot, too. This time around, I'm not going to build outside. We had a lot of issues in Alpha 3 building outside. We had a lot of drop-ins. We had a lot of raiders, you know, pardon my French, but fucking us from the south side. That's not gonna happen this time. We found a pretty good landing spot here. We're gonna dig into this cave and just be like, you know, cavemen back in the, I guess, I was about to call it a geriatric era. That's not correct whatsoever. Geriatric is, you know, old people. No, but we're gonna live like in the caves like our ancestors did back in the days when they were running away from, you know, dinosaurs and shit like that. So, that's what we're doing. Let's actually get all this picked up as well. Alrighty, so Alpha 4 brings a lot of new updates to the table, which I'm a little bit excited about, or quite excited about, except when it happens and it ends up decimating our colony do it, but I'm still hopeful for it, so I think that's good. Oh, well, there's a few more meals over here. No reason not to have these going. Alrighty, so right now I'm not going to focus too much on, you know, assigning, like, single-handed tasks to people. Right now I think we could kind of roll with the... What is this? Yeah, I know about the research bench game. I've been playing your game for quite a while. I know what I'm doing. At least I like to tell myself that I do. If we go to the overview, we're going to roll with the non-manual priorities. This will do it for the most part right now because, you know, we're still early on. No really big threat right now. We don't need anybody kind of focusing on anything too much right now. So we're going to have all this stuff collected. Which one of these is the actual stockpile, though? This is dumping, so this is a regular stockpile. We're going to really quickly go ahead, first and foremost, because there's a lot to collect. I'm going to expand the stockpile a bit, like up to here. I'm gonna have this collect just about everything. We're not gonna, like, you know, single-handedly pick single things to do here and there. Falcon, can we just, like, no, not have this here? Like a random single stockpile. Alrighty. So you guys run off really quickly and do your thing. Alrighty, so as the moment we start the game, it's gonna tell us build a room. You need a growing zone, you need a sawmill, you need a meal source. What is a sawmill? Well, the wood, not that kind of wood, but the wood, I guess economy thing that I think one of the modders, I think it's Yippee, if I'm correct, kind of implemented into the game, and now it's been kind of rolled into the, I guess, basic of the game, where it's kind of like one of the core things now, so they rolled it in. These trees over here are not any sort of mod. This is an actual addition to the game by the developers, so there's actually a legit wood economy in the game now. However, that doesn't mean that we're not using a mod for it. We're actually using Yippee wood economy tweak, I believe is what it's called, and then what he does is it adds like a few fixes here and there, yada yada yada, whatever. Speaking of mods, what am I rolling with this colony? Well, I'm really disappointed to say that I don't have Vanilla Plus or Battle Formations, which is something a lot of you guys suggested that I try to get the first time around. Because what that does, it actually lets me, like, save my Battle Formations, actually have people go to bed wherever I want them to, have them eat whenever I want to. To say the least right now, I'm rolling in Alpha 4E, which is part of the reason why I waited so long to actually start my Rimworld Alpha 4 series. Now, you're probably wondering, what does that mean? Well, when Alpha 3 came out, after Alpha 3 came out, then came Alpha 3A, Alpha 3B, Alpha 3C, Alpha 3D. What those were basically hot fixes for little issues here and there that the game had. What that meant is that I actually upgraded as it went, but I got up to 3D, and by 3D I don't mean three-dimensional, I just meant the alpha version of the game. E and F came out afterwards. E and F actually broke compatibility with 3D, meaning that if I wanted to upgrade to those, when Alpha 3 was going on, I would have to, number one, lose my save, number two, have to start doing renames, and everybody who was renamed at the time would have to lose their character. I don't think any of you guys wanted that to happen, so I stuck with 3D through the whole Alpha 3 phase. I missed out on E and F, but obviously, it didn't really affect us too much. It affected us in the point that we couldn't upgrade to the Vanilla mod Plus that came out, which I really wanted to. This time around, we're right now in Alpha 4E, so this is the reason why I waited so long for Rimworld to actually take off before I started recording, because I knew there were going to be hotfixes for one. I apologize for the birds in the background, they're going crazy. You guys probably by this point understand how that goes though. So I waited a few days, even though there's a few Rimworld Alpha 4 videos coming out by other people, and everybody's asking me like, Falcon, when is Alpha 4 coming out, man? And I was like, just give it a little bit of time, guys, I'm doing it for a reason. And we're up to 4E at this point, meaning A, B, C, D came out, and now we're on E. I am hoping that it stays in E, but here's the thing, if F comes out, if G comes out, if H comes out, if this goes all the way down to 4Z, for instance, we're gonna stick to E, because this is what I'm, you know, kind of committing to, and I don't want to start another base, I don't want to delete the save file, I don't want to rename people again. So we're gonna stick to 4E, and that's what we're rolling with this time around. What does it mean for us, though, is that at this point, there is no mod for Vanilla Plus or Battle Formations in the Alpha 4 version. It's only for Alpha 3. Meaning we can get that mod, which is really unfortunate, but, you know, what can you do? I needed to start recording some of these series because you guys wanted to see it, and, you know, whatever. What are we rolling with this colony, though? Well, we're actually rolling with non-lethal turrets. Apparently my speech impediment is a turret. Non-lethal turrets, which are turrets. Jesus Christ. Non-lethal turrets, right? And what that means is that basically we have an option for one of our turrets right over here, as I will show you guys. Go to security. Oh, we have to actually get that research underway before I could show it off. So we should really quickly, even though I'm going to be digging into this cave over here, let's really quickly go about doing a little bit of mining, obviously, just so we have like a little bit of a homestay so we're not sleeping outside in danger. Let's just make ourselves a little bit of a small room, let's say right about through here, and we'll go like, this seems about right for now. Obviously this is not our permanent room, we just basically need something to stay in for the meantime. And I think that'll just about do it. Alrighty, so I'll show you once we research the project and whatnot, what I'm talking about. So we're going to have non-lethal turrets. We're also going to have the Project Armory mod. We're going to roll with Stack Meals. I think Stack Meals is actually by one of my regular viewers, Punisher. He actually came up with the Stack Meals mod, which if you haven't figured it out by now, which is pretty easy, Basically, when you produce meals, instead of just one meal taking up one single spot, you could actually stack meals together, kind of like what you would do with wood and silver and whatnot. And what that does is it makes us stack meals up to 25, I do believe. So Punisher, good mod, man. I like that a lot. We also have target practice, obviously. We're going to have the economic tweaks by Itchy Flea, which basically improves the wood economy that the developer added into the game as a core, I guess, part of the game. And the last thing we're going to have is workplaces, which lets us have a table to create weapons and everything like that, smelt weapons, etc., which is really important, especially later on once you carve out the whole map and you have absolutely no metal left at your disposal. So I know it's been a long thing where I haven't really done much, but I wanted to explain to you guys because, you know, I like to share with you guys what the fuck we're doing exactly before, you know, because there's a lot of you guys that are really invested in the colony and my series, so I really appreciate that, by the way. That's the reason why I try to divulge just enough information for you guys. So if you're a new viewer to Rimworld for the series, then I apologize if this is like a really long tirade of me, but I do like to, I guess, keep my viewers in touch as to what the hell we're doing, especially since a lot of the colonists that we recruit, I rename to actual viewers, so a lot of these people really have a vested interest in the series, so that's the reason why we've been kind of taking a little bit of time while I'm just over here talking to you. I'll probably add an annotation if you guys want, and you could skip to the actual gameplay, but whoever wants to do that, but I just felt it was really important to do this, so it's going to be probably a really slow first episode. I apologize for that, but whatever. What is new in Alpha 4? Well, there's a few little things here and there, like these meals that came about. Logs have actually, or wood has been actually, like wood, literally wood, has been implemented legitly into the game. So have the oak trees. There's also a new enemy type, which is the giant mechanoid centipede, which, if you've checked out the developer's video for Alpha 4, looks pretty fucking crazy, man. Really crazy, and number one, I'm a little bit excited of fighting of it, and number two, I'm not gonna lie, my anus is a little bit puckered because I feel I'm a little bit scared too. But that's alright. Too much information, Falcon? Maybe, but that's alright. So, with that all said, let's actually get into the gaming mode over here as I'm done over here talking your ear off and get some information or some stuff going on over here. So, Shinobi's gonna go over here and start mining away, which is really good. We need a growing zone, number one. We haven't actually done that, so let's put this in real time. Let's add a little bit of a bullshit growing zone for us. We have a lot of greenery around our hood, which is not too bad. I guess we could just go about like, seems like a good growing zone right about here. And what do we want to grow? I guess we'll just start with potato plants. They're kind of like the easiest thing to grow. And then we'll probably add a little bit of strawberry field next to it, I imagine. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's go ahead and add a strawberry field right about here. Not as crazy as the potatoes, but you know, a little bit of extra growing going on is not going to hurt us whatsoever. So there you go. Alrighty, let's put this in real time. Shinobi, I would appreciate it if you just stopped growing stuff and go in mine. That'd probably be even better. I guess he's not gonna really listen to me. So, let's see, we have a really good startup map. I haven't had a good startup map like this in a while. We have the biggest cave in the imaginable fucking world to kind of make our base in, which is pretty goddamn good. These dudes over here just getting some meals, kind of hauling off and picking up the stuff that I had them haul off. So they're going to be a little bit of time doing that, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess it's also kind of good in our overall survival. This thing is telling us that we need a sawmill, which is probably not a bad idea. I guess I'm going to actually show off how the wood structures look like. So let's really quickly go into production, I do believe. And we could do the hand sawmill right about... We'll do it right about here for now. And then we also, what else do we want? Well, I want some communications so we could start talking to trade ships and everything like that. I have taken the liberty to mod the trade ships myself. And by mod, I literally mean just inserting and copy-pasting the slave trade ship to every single vessel that trades. What that means for us is that basically just about every trade ship is going to actually sell slaves. I don't do this to be cheap, I do this to add a lot more of you guys into the colony, because the more chance I have to either buy slaves, capture raiders, yada yada yada, it means more of a chance for everybody on the waitlist to get involved in the colony. And that's always a good thing, because I think that you guys want to be involved in it, and I really enjoy keeping you guys alive, and unfortunately also being the reason of your demise, so it's kind of a two-pronged effect right there. So we need that up and running, but before we do that, we actually need some power. So let's go into the power, and if you can see over here, this has switched up quite a bit. There's actually production's new, decorations new, power is new. It's basically just subtext to actually get, I guess, the overlay a little bit more categorized. So nothing much has changed too much, but it has made it a bit more easier for you to find out what goes where and yada yada yada, right? So that's good. Shinobi's gonna go back to mining now that this area has been kind of grown out to a degree. We're gonna find a little bit of a metal stockpile in the process, so that's really good. We have another one over here too, so let's not forget about that. Kind of like we forgot about Dre, right? All the time. I have to go with it. I feel that forgetting about Dre is kind of like a mainstay of the series at this point, so if I don't do it, I feel really dirty about it in reality, so whatever. What do I want to do right here? Well, I want to do a solar panel here and here. Or, oh, Jesus. The sawmill's kind of in the way to kind of make it parallel to each other. God damn it. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to kind of swallow my pride here for a second and just, I guess we'll put this right here, even though I'm not too crazy about that. We have the metal to do it, obviously. What do we have here? What the fuck? A glitter world? Oh, Empath. Alright, that's an actual character. Visiting the colony. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. Colonists don't ever do shit for us anyway. Now, before we have an actual, geothermal, or at least a steam geyser over here to put a geothermal. We'll probably use that at one point or another. Right now we're going to stick to the solar panels, however. A little bit easier for us to kind of build. Because for this we have to build and then we have to probably run a power conduit all the way down through here. How do I want to set this up? Well, I figure, more than likely, we need a sawmill. When we have a sawmill, but we actually need to start cutting down some wood. Metal would be a lot better to actually set up a wall around our base, because wood's a little bit more capable of catching fire, but at the same time, well, we do have metal. How much are the metal walls in reality? Let's actually take a look at this. 4? That's not too bad. Like, what if I did this? Like, what if I did boom through here? Oh, it's already 112. My theory was, let's just kind of block this whole tirade off over here. I could do it through this way, which wouldn't be too bad. Don't build a wall right there. I could do it through this way, but then the steam geyser would be kind of out in the open, and then raiders love to destroy that shit all the time. I wanted to set up a wall like boom and boom. We don't have the metal for it though just yet. We might be able to after we mine this out, so... decisions. Let's actually do it. Let's go with metal. I feel a little bit better with metal as our architect for this whole situation. So let's go through, well, you know what, we just need to go to the point where we get this encased into our colony, right? So what if we did, oof, kind of close there, but that's alright, this would work out too. Oof, look at that metal, man, 300. Alrighty, that's gonna be a lot of metal, but that's quite alright. So, what is this? What is this? Local squirrel's gone mad. Where's the squirrel at? Making its way somewhere around there, alrighty. And, alright. Oh, and it's joining the colony, really? Seraph, alrighty, sweet. Alright, that's a good start. How you doing, Seraph? So, Seraph's obviously going to be renamed to the next person in the wait list. That's how we usually roll with this. Hey, Seraph, since you're over here, do you want to just, like, grab this shit? That'd be pretty fucking swell. Like, let me recruit you. Oh, Seraph has a weapon on him already. What do you have? A Mauser? Sweet, alright. You know what? As much as yeah, actually get the silver. I think that might be a little bit more important to us. Alrighty, so actually Seraph's not too far off from us, so that's pretty good. And what do we have here? A group of travelers? Yeah, they could go fuck themselves. I don't really care about travelers. Especially some that don't join our colony. So I think we're set on this, right? So, 1, 2, let's go through here. And we'll go through here. And then we'll do... Where do I want the entryway? Well, that's a good question. Let's cancel out through this, and let's put it somewhere out in the center. So... I would say right about here would be good, meaning give us some metal walls through this stuff. Alrighty. And then we'll set up a power door right here in the middle. Alright, and power it up. Good to go. Seraph probably needs a few, not yet. I mean, as long as them people can construct and repair, that's all good to go, so we'll do that. We need food though, however. I haven't really set up a thing to give us some food, which is a really important thing for us to do. How should we do this? Well, since we're going to build inside and we have the solar generators over here going, I guess it's not too bad of an idea that for now... No, you know what? The thing has to definitely be inside. And by the thing, I really do mean the nutrient paste dispenser we're going to roll with for a while before we set up a stove to, you know, do the proper food for us. So how about we do a nutrient paste dispenser right about here. Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing is because then we can then put hoppers behind it on the sides of it, right? So Shinobi, just keep doing what you're doing here. I think the squirrel caught up to somebody. Who that is, though, I'm not into. Oh, okay, Batman. Batman, don't run away from the squirrel. You are the Cape Crusader. You could fuck him up. Just try it at the very least. So fire. Let's actually start firing if we can. Squirrel? What are you doing? Oh, you're gonna fight the... Yeah, go fight him. Yeah. Batman, go work. I guess these people took care of that squirrel for us. That's alright. Alright, good. So, there we go. Walzer's being built, which is a good thing. We have the solar generator doing its thing over here. We obviously can't power anything up right now because the sun is gone. And solar panels obviously live off the power of the sun itself, and without it, can't really work. What do we need, though? We need a momentary place for Seraph to actually sleep, so I think we need that furniture, and we'll just do a sleeping spot outside. For the most part right now, since we're still early in the game, they're not going to freak out about sleeping outside, which is a good thing. We have a pretty good steady food supply going on over here. We should, more than likely, add a bill here, however, which we haven't done. And you know what we have to do? We actually also have to set up, before we do it in the bill, is actually the researcher. We need a dedicated researcher for our mainstay in here. And where am I going to find that? Is it furniture? Nope. Structure? Nope. Misc. Yeah, it's definitely Misc. So we'll have you hang out right about out here. You don't catch fire anyway, so it's not a big deal. And by fire, I mean, it can catch fire, but it's not electrically generated or powered. So it won't necessarily, like, you know, have a bitch fit if it's out in the rain. Alrighty, so we'll have that up and going really soon. My dudes are actually building the wall, which is probably even the best thing they can do. I'm really excited about these powered doors, by the way. That seems like a really cool thing. Like, at the very least, remember how in Alpha 3 and in the past, like, it was just like basically a little blue stripe across. So now it actually does have the feeling of a door. So it's probably a little bit more along like the lines of Prison Architect at this point, but that's alright, man. It's like a good visual thing for us to see at the very least. So I'm really excited about where this game is going. I've been playing it since like pre-alpha now, and I really have really high hopes for it. It's a really, really goddamn fun game. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't be doing an Alpha 4 series at this point after, you know, God, I don't even know how many episodes of Rimworld in total I've recorded so far, but I could just say it's been a while. So I think that with the naming of the colony is probably a good place to cut off episode number 1. I know that we did a lot of jabbering, or at least I did a lot of jabbering to you. I talked your ear off while things were going on in the background. I apologize for that, but again, I like to keep you guys as the viewers involved as to what we're going to do with this series, who's going to be renamed, why I waited, what mods we're going to use, etc, etc. So I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm just doing it for your benefit. If you guys just want to watch gameplay and you're sick and tired of my voice, then I apologize. But probably not the series for you if you're not ready to listen to me talk to you, and basically just to keep you informed as to what's going on. But what are we going to name this? Well, what do we name it in reality? Huh. Let's call it, Storyteller Gonna Troll. Because in reality, isn't that what the Storyteller does eventually wind up doing anyway? So that's the name of the colony, Storyteller's Gonna Troll, and that's damn really true in reality. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode. We're gonna obviously make this a daily series and keep going on and on and on. Let's just say that we're gonna have a lot of renames. We're gonna have a lot of people join the colony because I've modified the files myself to get a lot of you guys involved. So believe me, once we have the comms range up and running, we're gonna get a lot of people. So if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead and sign up. And I will get to you eventually down the list, and look in the video description and see if you're on the list already. Don't sign up again, obviously you're already there. But if you're not, let me know in the comments that you want to be involved. And again, also leave a like. The first episode of the series is always really important for support, so if you guys would mind doing that, it'd really be appreciated, because so far, all of your support is really what's kind of grown my channel in reality. So if not for you guys, you know, I'd still be, you know, a Falcon unknown. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And next episode, believe me, we're going to take off and just start doing stuff after stuff after stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I'll catch you guys next time.